Hey guys, it's Brent here. I was asked to talk about BP and how I increased mine, so I decided to do kind of an account showcase. Just, show my characters and all of that. But, I'll be posting more videos in my series of different ways to improve BP, so here I'll kind of give an overview of them and, my strategies and how they've affected me. So, without further ado, let's start out probably by taking a look at my heroes. So, the first kind of key to that overall BP is that I do have all of the heroes unlocked. But for me, most premium heroes are at rank S. The only double S's I have are Endeavor because I did pull a lot for him because of that refund. Deku, World Hero Mission. He's my favorite unit. All Might, I farmed up in the Shard Shop. I only pulled him once. And Nejire Hado is the only character I drew before Pity, so I drew her to double S. But those are the only characters I have any higher than S, outside of the original banner. So you don't need to have them all, super high. That said, resonance is important, so make sure when you're just starting, you do hero trials and get that resonance. So most of my heroes are ranked in the server. I think all of them are top 20, but some are not quite, as high as others. Yep. So here's my weakest character is actually my Hawks, but I did make sure to get everybody level 80 or higher because level 80 is when they get max skills. I also, when we did energy crystals, went through and filled out energy crystals for every slot that I could back when they were introduced and we could get double. That gives you some overall scores, like overall crystal and single character. So here's overall and here's single character. So you get bonuses for having a lot of crystals. I also, so this is gonna depend, right, on your goals. So I wanted this number 1 total BP for my server. So that's what I kind of fought for. But as you can see, in the strongest heroes, I'm rank 8 because these 7 people have either focused more. I mean, for the most part, they've focused more on a single unit than I have, right? So if you look at my cards, for example, Ochako, I do have her 2 cards at Breakthrough 2. I have Breakthrough 3 5 stars, but collection won't show it. Let's see. Here, I don't have very many highly broken through 6 stars. I do have Cold Shot because that proved really helpful in Warzone. But most of my 6 stars are breakthrough level 1. My actives started out the same way. I mean, my 6-star actives are, but that's just because I don't draw a lot of them. But my 5-star actives, as you can see, I have 1 breakthrough 3 Nezu and a bunch of breakthrough 1s. I have tons of death arms, but those are just easy to get. And I have a lot of snipes as well, because what I do is equip them to every hero. I want to make sure every hero because what I do is equip them to every hero. I want to make sure every hero has actives because that increases BP, right? Even just this low-level Death Arms gave me 436. So that is one way that I've built up my overall BP. But if you're more focused on single unit, you might want to just focus on breaking through cards. Warzone is always a helpful mode, but even for Warzone, you only need your top 9. So I don't have all of them fully like decked out anymore because I just did a lot of hero ratings and moved stuff around. But for Warzone, I wouldn't need any cards on Hawks or Dobby, right? But I put them on there just for total BP rather than fusing them. Let's see. What else do I do? The other key to why my total BP is so high is here's Hawks again, one of my less characters I haven't invested in quite as much. Again, not that he's bad. Mine is rank S, and I don't have Mastermind. I'll do a showcase on Hawks explaining why those two things are so important, but anyway, his chips are all level 16 6-star chips with some decent speed, right? And that's true of, and that's true of Dobby. Obviously for technical instead, I made sure his chips have tech on them, right? And anytime I get a better chip, I'll level it up and see if it gives him more BP. That means I farm Night Ops a ridiculous amount. That is where almost all of my stamina goes. That said, it might be smarter for me to farm hero trials and get shards to go into the shard shop and power up All Might or Nejire or Endeavor and really focus on getting these top tier units up to higher ranks, right? But I do Night Ops and spread it out so that I have high total BP. Let's take a look at my hero ratings. So because I kind of spread the BP out so much, I am able to get hero rating boosts that are pretty decent. Every character has at least 50 stars. Hawks and Shoto are my two lowest at 50. And let's see. So starting, at Shigaraki, I have these 12 who have 54. So each of those gives you a little boost. I end up with 7230 HP and 1205 attack and defense for the hero ratings. Now gear is another thing that plays a huge role. I have farmed gear not since the beginning. I did kind of sleep on this at first, but for the past couple months, I've focused very heavily on it. As you can see, I have 4 level 60 tier 5s, and that gives me that 10% damage bonus, so I'm kind of holding out on upgrading until I get something better. But I have a level 70, 7, 8, and 9, and those stats are higher, so that gives me some extra power. I also have been farming my enhancements, so everything is level 110 minimum. My boosts, I make sure to pick this up every Monday, the special alloy. Sometimes I even buy them from the shop. So I've been saving those guys up as well. Modified, they're all modified to the max that I can have them with my current overclock. So those things, gear is a big boost, and kind of requires a lot of farming. There have been many days where I've used every character possible in agency, so that's 48 attempts a day, right, to try to get more gears. let's see, my alliance. So I've been in this alliance for a few months. We're number 1 in the server, which gives me some rewards for alliance drills as well, right? Tier settlements. We always get some extra card pulls, so that's useful. I think that's kind of the overview of what I do for BP. There are a few more things. So if we look here, we can take a look at my titles. So I have the number 1 Deku and Bakugo titles. My Shoto title expired. Somebody got a little higher than me on that one. Superstar I sometimes have, but right now it's expired. I also have this 3% bonus for Warzone for being ranked 3. Now after the Warzone merge, that's going to go away, so that is a temporary buff. And I have Top Brass, which is 3%, or I'm sorry, 2% from Apex. And that is going to expire as well because I didn't make it into cross-server this time. So it's going to drop down a little bit. I have those temporary titles in there. But those are things that, you know, I've earned from Warzone the previous season. I was ranked 3. And from Apex. So super co-op. I kind of casually show this in a lot of videos, but generally I'm rank 1 here. Sometimes I do trade that off with a few other players in my server. Now I guess I can talk a little bit about each character, but let's see. I don't know if there's that much to say. Oh, talent trees are pretty well done for all of them. Pretty highly filled out, and that comes from the super co-op as well. So everybody I have at SS, I have all their branches, right? And then for the people at S, I've done most of them. So these talent trees are pretty useful, and as you can see, I have a couple people over 100,000 now. Looks like 6. And then, let's see, these are probably all in the 90s. Getting close. There's another 100. Yeah, I guess I don't really like, I don't know what to do exactly for a showcase because I don't like feeling like I'm bragging, but, you know, just kind of going over some tips that I've learned and I guess my qualification to give them. But yeah, you know, I've been playing since day 1, so that's how I've managed to get this up there. And you know, I've spent a little bit of money to make sure I get every character. So if you're playing free to play, then that is awesome. But you know, missing out on characters is going to cost you a lot more than missing out on actives or something like that, right? Because of these hero ratings. So that's why I always say characters are the most important. Getting exclusive cards, getting active cards, those aren't quite as vital, I guess. So anyway, that's kind of just my account, my different characters. As you can see, I don't have any active cards broken through to level 2. But let's see, I guess we can look at achievements too. So these are just things that, you know, I've done through the game. Some of these give titles that also have helped my battle power grow. Anyway, I guess that's all I have. I hope that answers some questions. maybe opens up some new ones about like specifics, right? But I am going to try to do my best to give some tips on how to, you know, how to do agency, how to increase hero ratings, and things like that to try to help all of you grow your BP as high as possible. So please keep an eye out for that. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions or anything that you want to see. But yeah, I hope that helps. I hope that doesn't come across as too like braggy or anything, but answers the question that I got, to see how my BP is so high. Also, thank you for asking that in the first place. It makes me feel good. But all right, guys, I'll keep working, keep trying to provide some quality content, and I will see you next time. Thanks.